Hello and welcome to the Scott Sportscast MMA Coaches Corner. Holly Holmes versus Irene Aldana predictions picks. So, we only got 4 fights here tonight, and kind of hard to find some info on a lot of these fighters. Each of them probably only had 1 fight in the UFC for the most part. Outside the main event, don't really see that much of an excitement. But it's on Fight Island, right?
Fight Island's been pretty crazy this year.
So there's a chance. Um, let's just dive into our first fight. We have Daquan Townsend, the Triantula, taking on the 9-0 undefeated, just won the Contender Series, Dusko Todorovic.
Dorovich.
Yep. So, um, Townsend has lost every single fight in the UFC. He's 0 for 3 starting out. So, it's hard to go against or go with somebody who's on a 3-fight losing streak. To not too many notable names.
Against what, an undefeated fighter?
Yeah, I mean 9-0, but most of his fight, he just looks a lot more technically sound. He has good boxing. Todorovic. Um, so yeah, he's mainly a boxer. Um, just won the Contender Series. Um, I mean, if it goes to the ground, he don't mind the ground too much, but he definitely prefers to strike. As Townsend, mainly he's just got some power. Um, it's going to be one of those more of a versatile striker to a power striker. So if he can land that shot, Townsend could get the upset here. But I'm definitely going to have to give it to Dusko.
Yeah, this one's not very hard to pick. You got 9-0 versus 0-3 skid right here in the UFC. I don't really see him getting his fourth, like breaking that. So I see him getting his fourth loss in a row. Just yeah, too technical. Moves well. Just I don't see Townsend landing that one shot. He's been up and down from 185, 205, back down. So I don't know. He's still trying to find his place. He's trying to find his weight class, and I think our guy here, he definitely has found his spot in his weight class, and he's ready to keep pressing forward here in the UFC. So give me what's his name? Dusko, right?
Which one? Dusko? Yeah.
Yeah, Dusko's his name, right?
Dusko Todorovic.
Yeah, give me Dusko.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have to pick that also as my lock of the night. Spoiler alert. Okay, so the next one I have as a potential fight of the night. I actually like this fight more than the main event, to be honestly brutal about it, you know.
Yeah.
Um we have make sure I get her name right. It's a long one. So we have Jermaine de Rondamine versus probably one of my favorite female fighters, Juliana Pena. So let's start with um, the Iron Lady, Jermaine. Am I saying that right? Jermaine, yeah. It's just spelled with a G and it's throwing me off.
Yeah, Jermaine.
So, so the Iron Lady, good boxing, really long, lanky for the division. She can really step in. She has a nice straight right hand, some good power behind it. I wouldn't say elite power, but definitely has enough to floor you if uh, you stay in her range. Um, she just lost to Amanda Nunes, so a beast. So she ran into a tough opponent right there. Um, but she even got the win over Holly Holmes. So this girl can do it. Um, I don't like her more than Juliana though, because outside of losing to Valentina, she has not lost in the UFC. She has been on a terror. I just love her style. She's very, very, very aggressive. She likes to start trading and swinging for the fences. She has some pretty good jits if it goes to the ground. She's really good at those clinch trips and sweeps. Uh, I I mean, I just her style reminds me a little similar to mine. So, plus, whenever she was younger, she was in a very bad car accident, shattered her nose, and then also just all kinds of crazy stuff with her. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, she got her arm broke um in a fight. So
Ooh.
snapped her arm.
Yeah, so the way I, the way I see this one is Jermaine Duran to me, uh, great striker, more of a kickboxer than anything, but I think she's putting a little bit more emphasis on becoming a mixed martial artist. I think that Nunes fight really shown her weaknesses. It's easy to get, to challenge for the belt. It's another to take the belt. So if you're gonna be the best female fighter of all time, probably Amanda Nunes, then you know you gotta you gotta step up and learn everything because she just got thrown on her back and beat down. So um,
Perfectly.
as far as Pina goes, Pina, her striking isn't as good as Jermaine's, but she brings it. She likes to throw volume. She presses forward, which whoever comes forward in the fight has the advantage. So if she can get in Jermaine's space and push her back, then I can see her doing some good things. And her jujitsu, her ground game is a little bit better. Well, probably better, but she can really win the fight if she can get it down. But I like Jermaine in this fight. I think she's ready to get back on the horse, but it's tough. This is the toss-up fight of the night. It can go either way. So, yeah, give me Jermaine, uh, winning a decision. I think both fighters bring it though. This could be the fight of the night. So,
Nice. Yeah. Pina really has to watch out whenever she does come in. She can't get too reckless, but um, especially on whenever she's retreating, she can't try to step back or slip backwards because it's just going to go right into that long reach of to run. Which one?
and lose,
Rodney.
taking a loss like that to the champion could really play a factor psychologically. So,
Yeah. So how
you know,
much does it motivate you or discourage you?
exactly. This is
Pina
this
looks
is my fight
ready.
of the night though prediction.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I think more so than the main event, which we'll get to in a minute here, because pretty small main card. But next we have. Oh wait, no, actually, yeah, yeah. So next we have Jorgen De Castro versus Carlos Felipe. 8-1 Felipe and 6-1 Castro. Castro just lost to Greg Hardy in that hell of a fight. They were just landing bombs on each other, man. And Greg Hardy edged it out. I thought Greg Hardy looked great in that fight. It was probably the best Greg Hardy's looked. I can't wait to watch him fight again. I need to see Greg Hardy in there. Um, but then his opponent, not too much on him. He had his yeah, not too much that I could find. Were you able to find much on him?
On Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty cocky fighter. Um, really likes to get into the face of the guy in the weigh-ins, but he's 0-1 in the UFC. Really didn't show anything in his first fight. Not very
Oh,
exciting.
he
Uh,
lost bad his first fight. That's right. I
yeah,
forget who it was, but
he's
his one fight in the UFC, he got just outclassed. It looked
very,
like
very
CM Punk.
cocky coming off of that performance, and then so it got in Jorgen's face, and Jorgen kind of woke up and was like, okay, so this is how it's gonna be. Then I'm ready. Took his mask off. You know, things got a little heated, but nothing crazy. Um,
The thing
yeah,
I
I like
like
Jorgen. I like Jorgen in this fight. He's quicker, got better footwork. I think he something happened in that Greg Hardy fight. He just stopped throwing all of a sudden. I don't know if he just gassed or hurt
hurt
his foot.
hand
I
on
don't know
his
what
face.
happened, but he just
Um,
kind of stopped. Maybe got rocked. Just kind of was
yeah,
out of it
because they
because
were
both
trading.
guys were landing. So Greg Hardy hits pretty hard. So uh, yeah,
Shoot,
maybe
they were
Carlos
discussed
here.
after the first
He
round.
got he got decent boxing. But he can really, if he gets his back up against the cage, he really doesn't do well. He just kind of leaves his hands down, worried about the takedown more than the striking.
Well, the
Because
reason
a lot of people are uncomfortable feeling that back on the cage. You get guys like Corey Garbrandt who kind of just lays back on the cage and springs forward, uses it to his advantage, and some guys they get scared of it. They feel trapped, a little claustrophobic.
like a little moderation of a rope a dope, just kind of use that cage,
Exactly.
your surroundings, be comfortable in those situations,
Yeah, and Carlos
Most
Carlos
most
is not
stressful.
Carlos is not that guy. Um,
Yeah.
so give me Jorgen here, piecing him up for 3 rounds. But
The thing I like
I'm
about
not really
Jorgen,
sure why this is. I'm not really sure why this is the co-main event. I'd much rather see the Jermaine Durandamy fight be moved up as the co-main.
yeah,
Have two female cards as the co-main. Because these guys they're not even ranked. I don't know why they're
no.
even talked
But
about.
the thing about Jorgen is outside of his one loss, he's basically knocked everybody else out.
Yeah, I mean at heavyweight, small
Very
glove,
good power
big
though.
things happen. So I
Small
mean most
contact.
heavyweights can catch a punch, man. I mean,
Um,
uh,
I
it's
didn't
tough.
really
It's tough to
I didn't
tell,
really
but
see that with Carlos on
yeah,
any I was able to watch some of his older like cage like fights, but it was kind of more like a training montage and then a couple like he's just grinded out a decision on the cage, like nothing impressive. So I can't go with him. I'm gonna go with Jorgen, and that's gonna be my knockout of the night prediction in the second.
yeah, I feel it. If I got to give a knockout of the night, it'd be this one. But I'm not really. I mean, my knockout of the night's probably going to be on the prelim. I got Carlos Condit and Court McGee. So it's Carlos Condit's been out for quite a while. So I think Court McGee might catch him, get a good nice TKO or something. But I don't really see any knockouts on this card unless Gore. This fight would be the fight.
I see
Um,
Condit squeaking out a decision based on rep. It's a close one, and they just give it to Condit.
yeah,
But I
Perry
like
with the
Fort McGee. The dude died, came back to life, and started fighting people in a cage. I love that.
yeah.
So, uh, so then, um, I would love Court McGee to win this fight, though.
Yeah,
I
but
always
anyway,
liked him on Ultimate Fighter, everything. Just loved
that
Court McGee.
that should probably be on the main card over this like I
Yeah,
don't know.
over Felipe and
Real weird here how they did this
Irene.
card. Not a real fan of the structure of the card, but the fights could be decent.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, it's one of those yet to be seen. Plus, this is one of those get another card in before before you leave the island, you know?
so it looks like we're both taking Jorgen.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So, and then we move on to our main event of the evening. Introducing first, Irene just slept that chick. Who was it? Catlin?
Yeah, Ketlin.
Kitlin, yeah. Oh man, put her out with a beautiful hook. She has Aldana has been working on her striking, just starting to put it together. Been a bully. Has some power. Very. This is just going to be a true striking match, but Aldana has been known to submit some people, so we'll see if this fight goes to the ground and how Holly Holmes can defend the submission. But who did she just fight? She just fought
She just won a pretty boring decision, if I remember right.
yeah.
So the way that I see this fight going down is your girl Holly here
Preaches
is
down.
gonna clinch it up against the cage, control her for a couple rounds, try to win the meaningful exchanges, but win the grapple time, win the clinch work. But Aldana, she's a gamer. She's willing to fight, but is Holly Holmes gonna exchange with her? Because she's only gonna do good when she can get into exchanges with people and find that boxing rhythm. Because she's really more of a boxer than a kickboxer. Um, and so is Holly. They're both boxers more than kickboxers. They throw a few kicks, but they're
Holly
not.
throws some good kicks. I mean, she stopped fight with
Yeah,
leg kicks. She's knocked out like at least 3 people with head kicks. I mean, she can throw
yeah.
some kicks. So
But
I would,
have you seen them in her last couple fights? I haven't.
and that's what I was gonna say when I got to Holly was that yeah, she's been hesitant her last couple fights. She's been playing the safe route, been just trying to feel like she's just been trying to stay in the UFC.
Yeah,
Um,
she's 38 years old.
yeah, I just
Probably
need
doesn't want to
her.
be getting knocked out no more. So, um, if
Yeah,
she fights like that, I can see her edging out this victory. I would really like to see Aldana win, by knockout, but I just don't think she's gonna have that dance partner for this fight. It takes two to fight. It takes one to do MMA. You know, so you can clinch somebody up
exactly.
against the cage, control them, take them down, and then land a couple ground and pound, win the judges' scorecard. And
Yeah,
it's one of the reasons why I stopped watching UFC for a while was when you have the John Fitches and the
yeah.
Koscheck's and these guys were just laying on everybody, and it was like, okay, it's nice, but this is the ultimate fighting championship. This isn't the ultimate mixed martial artist championship. You know, that's my opinion on it. This is a fighting championship. So
Yeah.
fight.
I mean
Don't
I
be
mean,
a martial artist.
if you wanna do a point system, there's other martial arts that do point systems, you know?
Exactly. You
You
know,
come here you come
there's
here to let it
pancreation if
out.
there's pancreation if you're scared of getting hurt, if you're scared of hurting somebody, you know.
Yeah, this
You don't
this
have to do
sport
fighting.
this
But
sport is not
I get
for
it.
this
You
is
know,
not
you don't want to
a sport
get
for
hurt.
nice people, this is a sport for violent people who don't care
Yeah.
about your face, so
What's Dana White's one question? Do you want to be a fucking fighter? He doesn't ask you, do you want to be a point martial artist? Like, but that's my opinion. Everybody can fight how they fight. It's all great. But you know, we're fight fans. We're fighters. We like fighting. Um, so I just don't know if
making
we're going to be
love.
getting this. Well, I feel like we're not going to be getting that aspect out of these two fighters, and because
We're gonna
we're
have a
only going to be getting
strategist
out of
versus a
Aldana.
brawler.
and I don't think she's gonna be able to knock out Holly Holmes. You know, I mean, she might come out in the first round and really put it on her and catch her before Holly Holmes is ready. But if it goes all 5 rounds, I got to give it to Holly. So I really want Aldana to win, but I got to go with Holly taking a decision by, giving us, well, yeah, probably just by giving us just
Mildly entertaining.
yeah. I mean, mild would be probably a stretch. So give me not the fight of the night, Holly Holm victory.
Oh yeah. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, kind of more of the up and comers with Holly Holmes and Aldana on the cover of this one. So we'll see. We'll see who takes the next step in the UFC. We'll see who takes a step back. I feel maybe if Townsend loses this fight, Townsend, then this is the last time we'll see him in the UFC for a while.
Not a
Uh,
lot of 0-4 fighters in the UFC.
yeah, I mean when you're 21 and 11, you should be a little more seasoned. But to come in and lose 3 straight against some lesser
Mediocre.
known
And
guys,
they weren't just losses too. He got dominated.
they were
It
they were unanimous
decisive.
majority decisions,
I
TKO,
mean, I
one
mean,
of
you can't feel good picking him.
you just can't. But
No, you
I
just
mean,
can't.
he
Anything
might
can
be an
happen.
underdog yeah,
No.
like I feel if there was an underdog to win big, I mean, try it. I wouldn't recommend risking your
Yeah.
money like that,
So,
but if you got it, do what you want with it. So, I mean, other than that, you got any other comments on this card?
um, probably not the most exciting card. Probably look forward to a couple fights. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hard to get too excited. Hard to see why they structured this card the way that they did by making whichever fights could be on top. I get it. Holly Holmes is still a name. She was a former champion, but other than that, not too many 38-year-olds go out there and win world championships again. It's just, it's tough. Yeah, unless you're Randy Couture or whatever, I don't really see it happening.
Yeah, this is
Um,
just an outlier, but
yeah, I just don't really like Holly Holmes' style. Everybody that she's knocked out hasn't been a good striker.
lesser
And
strikers, yeah.
yeah, been a lot lesser striker, and she hasn't stopped anybody that is a good striker. So that tells me she's gonna be looking to clinch it up, um, try to tire her opponent out, and then just land some exchanges here and there.
Yeah.
But if Aldana can really separate and exchange, then it'll be a good night for her. I just see Holly Holm boring us and getting the dub. I
I
could be
still
wrong.
I
These
still
are all
see
guesses.
Holly still
These
see
are all
Holly
predictions. They're not facts. So that's just
Yeah,
my guess.
but I still see Holly Holmes being more of a technical, a little better striker than Aldana. So even if it gets into some exchanges, as long as she doesn't get caught by some power, you know, put her on some wobbly legs, I think Holly Holmes is pretty much gonna win out. Maybe 4 rounds to 1. Um, 3-2 at least. I don't think it's going to be as close as it seems. Maybe expect Aldana to start out hot the first round, but then Holly Holmes start putting together a game plan because I mean she's a game plan fighter. That's what GSP was, and that's what other world champions do. Is they're game plan fighters. They don't take risks.
Who's
They
your
don't
coach?
they don't go for entertainment. They go for what's going to win them the fight because at the end of the day you don't win fights, you lose a lot of money.
Who's your coach? Greg Jackson. Yeah, boring fighter.
Yeah, as
I mean,
tradition.
not always, not always. It depends on the fighter specifically, but Greg Jackson, he puts in the winning game plan. He doesn't put in the exciting game plan. We all know
Exactly.
that.
And to us as fans, we are spectators. We want to see the fireworks. No one wants to see how the fireworks are made, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we want to see shit get lit up, but they're worried about damage control. It makes sense. Obviously, they're not gladiators. It's not to the death, but we like to see them go out there and actually fight. And I just don't know if we're gonna get a lot of fighting on this card other than just a couple fights here.
give Russia 10 years, we might have it. They already got gladiators in iron fighting each other. They
Yeah,
have
knife
they have
fight.
5-on-5 MMA fights. So people are getting jumped. I'm like, what is
Mixed
going on here?
martial artists at its craziest.
It's your squad versus mine, like legit. Like
Sambo wasn't intense enough, you
they
know?
had a whole fight card in 15 minutes.
Yeah, Sambo wasn't tough enough. Let's invent 5-on-5 Sambo.
Imagine that if UFC just divided all the fighters in half and joined them together on one team, they just all fight at the same time in the same cage.
Yeah,
Hey,
WWE has a Royal Rumble every year. Like
an
they
elimination
just have
match.
a battle royal in the UFC. Winner, like Money in the Bank, they can challenge the champion any time of year.
Yeah. Just right after their fight comes out, just got a broken leg. I challenge you.
Yeah, they win it on
You
a
got you
ladder
got to
match.
honor it. You got to honor
Gotta honor it.
the price tag says.
I mean, hey, with whoever they just throw into title fights or whoever they choose to add on main events and stuff like that, it feels WWE like, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
they
and
they bought
because
the
people
UFC anyway.
people
They
will
know how
watch
to
it for the
promote.
name. They'll watch it for the name of the fighter alone. Don't matter how far past their prime
Yeah.
is. Ask Victor Belfort and Tito Ortiz and all these guys, man. They're still pulling crowds.
I just
So
know neither of these ladies want to fight Amanda Nunes. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, I wouldn't want to fight her either. I would like
No.
to see her fight Valentina again, though.
Yeah, Valentina lost twice, close decision, just too much size difference, too big.
Yeah,
There's weight classes for a reason. And, they're
exactly.
just not the same. It's like Connor going up like to fight Nate Diaz. Like, yeah, you have to have the frame for it. You can't just bulk up and then go right back down
Yeah,
and then
like Connor's not going to
like
fight
that's
at
the best
205.
performance. Connor had to build up to 170, fight Nate
And
again.
takes
You
time.
have
You
to
hear
it takes
strict
time.
restriction and diet.
Valentina can't do that to get to gain 20 pounds, like that's a
I
lot
know.
of
I know.
muscle and everything. Like that's it's just size matters at a certain point.
I
So
would weigh in at 120 and fight at 160s. So it's like, there you
so
go.
other than thinking about fights that should be on this card, what else do we have here in our closing statements from your side?
Um, you know, uh, this is a fight night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I wouldn't recommend paying for it, but I definitely would recommend watching it for free. So hey, Saturday night, what else you doing? Watch some fights.
Yeah, hey, they might surprise you. That's why we play the game, coach.
Yeah, I think for this one, since I mean, outside of the Holly Holm fight, and even that one, I don't think we'll do the coaches corner, the watch along, but I think we will do.
Recap
Shut
show.
this phone off. No, then we
Silence
will.
your phones, please.
Yep, walk. But yeah, so let's try that part again. So yeah, no MMA coaches corner watch along live breakdowns this week. But we will do a results show. So
Yeah, we'll
so
do a
we'll
recap.
see that's the
Get you caught
fighter.
up on what we saw. Take some notes.
Yeah. So we'll have that either for you Saturday or Sunday, depending how everything shakes. But other than that, what's today? Friday. So tomorrow's fights. So Until then, fight fans, we will catch you on the next MMA Coaches Corner.
Catch you later, Scott Sportscast Nation.